Welcome, Pisces. This is your weekly focus for the week of September the 2nd. I'm Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your support. Let's turn right to the cards and find out what they reveal for your upcoming week. It should be exciting. Everybody's is. The energy is like through the roof for this week for energy. Great energy, positive energy. Let's see what we got here. The Two of Wands. This is about summoning in your new future. This is what you want, your passions, your dreams, your desires, willing it into existence. You've done the work to clean the environment up around you in order to allow these new beginnings to happen, to appear, these new opportunities to come in. So it's what you want to bring into your world. Maybe you want, it could be just about anything. Let's not even go down that rabbit hole. Let's see what the next card is. Look at that. We start off with the Ace of Pentacles, a new path towards prosperity, a new path towards abundance. Okay, this could be love coming in. Absolutely. Where I'm placing it, it might have a little bit to do with a new relationship coming in to help you, but I think more so it is a new path towards prosperity. New beginnings and abundance, new paths opening up for you. We have the Page of Cups. This is kind of like my Cinderella kind of energy, the happily ever after, the Disney experience, so to speak. This is about thinking outside the box. This is really allowing your creativity in your thoughts, in your visions of your tomorrow to just kind of go into fantasy land a little bit. You'll be glad you did. Don't worry. We're not going to be taking crazy steps towards this. We're going to be taking very practical steps once we boil it all down. But they're asking you to just grow your dreams into like ginormous proportions right now, to not stop at what you think is practical, what you think is doable, but what if there was no limit? Where could you take yourself? Where could you, create or pursue dreams of yours, desires of yours? And we have the Three of Wands. So we may not be making actual decisions this week, but we are preparing to know the way forward. We're going to have a clearer understanding. A clarity comes in. Some new opportunities should appear in our life under this. We are willing in what we want. We are summoning it to come into our world. And starting with an Ace of Pentacles here, and then we have the Page of Cups bringing in that kind of fantasy-like energy to almost anything is possible. And then we start to get a little bit more practical. What is doable? What can I apply here? What do I need to remove in order to make space for that new beginning, that new start? So there's all kinds of things that we have to take into consideration. And as the week grows long, so will, as we go towards maybe the weekend and stuff, we'll be looking at, oh, there's a lot I'm going to have to change in my life, or reorganize in my life, or change direction, or that this could be a calling that we may have gotten off task, that we really need to stay on task this week. So I'm going to tell you now to stay on task instead of kind of maybe hitting a roadblock here. It's more of a flow of your thoughts towards the end of the week, rather than, oh my gosh, what did I say yes to? We don't want to overextend ourselves. Definitely not. We don't want to overcommit ourselves. Definitely not. We also don't want to isolate ourselves from any experiences that could come our way. So there needs to be a balance. If you need to pull away a little bit, absolutely do it. But, give yourself only a limited amount of time before you put yourself back out there. Okay, striving for the new experiences, deepening connections. You can't deepen a connection if you're isolating yourself. So we want to deepen any kind of connections. Maybe it's romance, maybe it's friendship, maybe it's partnership, maybe it's mentorship, maybe it's new bosses, or new people within the workplace, or growing the bonds even stronger with the people that you already work with. Let's see here what we have. The Chariot. The Chariot is asking us to pull back, think things through. We want to be able to see the path. We also want to understand some of the limitations or obstacles that we may experience. That's where a mentor would come in. Somebody who's already walked the path may give us that window of opportunity to see what it lays ahead so that we can avoid it, so we can soften the blow, so that we can tear down that limitation, tear down that wall, destroy that obstacle that stands in front of us. We can't do that if we can't see it. So we have to wait for a little bit of clarity and understanding to come in so that we can take very bold and dynamic and decisive steps forward. Cradling this energy is the Page of Swords. We are going to want to move quickly. We are going to want to stir the pot. This is trying something a little bit, spontaneous. And I hate spontaneity. We have to think things through, okay? But we're going to want to throw in that. It's almost like fueled kind of passion towards our successes that we can almost taste it, we can almost touch it, we can almost feel it. We want to get there, and we're striving for it. And so don't push yourself too fast, don't overextend yourself. Okay, we want to take it slow, and especially if it's relationships, we do not want to make any fast decisions when it comes to our relationship. Like, you just don't want to say, that's it, I'm out of here. You really want to pull it back and think it through before you do any kind of major decisions in your life, especially when I think it comes to relationships. But I think all over the board, we want to think it through. But that doesn't mean we can procrastinate, because I think there's also a little bit of action that has to happen here. It's probably your creativity, your inner expression, to bring it alive, to had laughter and joy and celebration and giggles and fun and creativity and inner expression in everything you do. And yeah, in your relationships, throw in a little bit of romance and softness and tenderness into that relationship. We start off the week, look at the Fool. You've already experienced this new beginning, and then we find out it's going to definitely increase our prosperity. Okay, it's by thinking outside the box. It's about getting a little crazy with our dreams and the expectations of what can happen in our life. I think there's a lot of magic to be had here with this card. I think that luck plays a part. I think that thinking outside the box plays a part. I think it's by allowing your own creativity and your own joy and happiness to fuel the way, brings in those successes. And then, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, what have I done? Because there is just so much change in my world. And maybe you don't know where to step, but you're starting to understand that I need to do this, but I don't need to do that. And I want this in there, but I don't want that in there. And kind of reorganizing things in your life and your priorities in order to move forward. It could even be some of the tasks, the responsibilities, the obligations, and understanding which one of those are important to keep in your world and which ones that we need to let go of. This is about igniting your creativity. Let's see how we end the week. Yeah, we don't want to rush. We really want to think things through. We want to get different perspectives, a new observation point, maybe looking at it from above or from below or from this side or that side. But we want to get more of a grasp of what we are actually saying yes to and no to before we actually say yes or no. Definitely don't get into any kind of conflict this week, okay? Don't get into anybody else's agenda. Don't start the drama. Don't get involved in the drama. Back away from it. Don't try and have some kind of, toe to toe with anybody. If they have a difference in opinion, back it up a little bit, think it through, maybe step forward a day or two later and address the issue again in another way. But do it from the heart center. I think the heart center works best for you this week. The Ace of Cups for your career, for your abundance, for your prosperity. This is embracing your passions, embracing your dreams, embracing your desires. The cup overfloweth with it's beautiful. It's something that you've always wanted to do. It's this creative dream that you've always had. And it's allowing you to pursue it in some way. Relationships, Nine of Pentacles. Time to take that relationship to the next step, perhaps, or to a step. Maybe you're just deciding whether or not to ask them out for, coffee or something, get to know them, a walk in the park, maybe something like that. But it's time to move forward when it comes to your relationships, deepening them, strengthening them, building the harmony, building the beauty in the relationship. Now, don't compromise yourself. Don't give your power away under this energy. If nothing else, it's like creating this beautiful relationship, where everybody else says, "Oh my gosh, look at them." This is the stuff that makes marriages last 67 years, 75 years, uh, absolutely. And there's just somebody, a town over actually, that I heard, and they are celebrating their 67th year of marriage together. Can you imagine 67 years with the same person and being more in love with them today than when you met? And that's kind of like the beauty of what's going on here for you. And this might just be the starting point for you in all of it. Maybe you're halfway through. Okay, I really do believe that there's an investment into your passions and your dreams that you cannot deny at this point. And maybe it's time, maybe it's energy, maybe it's resources. We don't want to move quickly on this. We really want to think it through, but it's open to us right now. And for relationships, we are, we're embracing new partnerships. We're bringing in the romance, perhaps. We are taking it to the next level. Maybe it's time to move in together. Maybe it's the I do. Maybe it's the expansion of a family. But whatever it might be for you, and we have the Knight of Swords. Yeah. So, your energy is just being fueled stronger and stronger and stronger. It's almost like you have ignited this power within you. I think your creativity and your passion does most of the work in igniting it. So when your creativity and your passion starts to emerge from you, know that it's trying to lead you to the place you need to be. Follow it, pursue your creative dreams, your desires. Nurture your relationships, grow them into what you want them to be. Um, and it could even be that we're talking about shared resources during this time. We could be talking about setting healthy boundaries during this time. But it really is about creating the joy and the giggles and the laughter and the smiles, and just bringing in that renewed sense of self-expression, creativity, happiness, joy, and love in your life. Until we meet again, remember, Pisces, I do love you.